Liverpool.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Cop Council. How are we all? Hopefully, all of you are having a fantastic day wherever you are around the world. And welcome to our match reaction to Liverpool's 1-0 win against Ajax. Yes, Liverpool did manage to keep a clean sheet. It's been so long since we've been able to say that, and say clean sheet for Liverpool. It's been one of these like long journeys, to be fair, for a clean sheet. But to be fair, tonight we did deserve it. And to be fair to our defenders, including Fabinho and Andy Robertson and Joe Gomez and Trent Alexander-Arnold, all four of them played absolutely fantastic tonight. And to be fair, they deserve a lot of credit for that clean sheet, of course. And, guys, let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below right now. And honestly, guys, I'm overwhelmed kind of at this performance because it was such a good performance, but on base of the result, it won't be seen as a good result, of course, because of what has happened in recent weeks and things like this. But at the end of the day, Liverpool have got a clean sheet, and we've got 3 points now coming away from a tough place in Ajax as well. But if you could do me the massive favor and please give the video a like, it's massively appreciated if you could do so. Also as well, if you're new to the Cop Council and viewing us for the first time, then please hit that subscribe button and don't forget to enable notifications. So let's get into your comments then. Chris is in saying, what a effing win. A very tough place. Typically mentality monsters win by us. Very proud of that performance. Can anyone find me the Adrian haters? Fabinho, my man of the match. Him and Gomez pocketed Ajax's front three. Yeah, absolutely. For Fabinho, for me, I've named the title, Firmino, but not Firmino, sorry, Fabinho and Andy Robertson were absolutely fantastic. And, to be fair, I personally think them two were good. They're probably better than the rest. But, to be fair, the whole defensive team today, did absolutely fantastic. All of the defense. Adrian, there was a couple of times that there was a blip or two, but still, it was absolutely fantastic to see Fabinho, just take that role, perfectly. That's 4 games now that he's played at centre back, and Liverpool have kept 4 clean sheets. So, maybe it won't be that hard without Virgil van Dijk. Of course, I'm only kidding, but yeah, guys, still let me know your thoughts. Anyway, Doug says, "Oh yeah." Of a little faith, what a result of Fabinho, Van Dijk, Fabinho, Van Dijk was outstanding. Yeah, Doug, Doug was one of these people that was like, oh, we're going to draw 2-2 and things like this. And I'm like, have faith in the defense, have faith in Adrian and that. And, to be fair to them, they did absolutely fantastic tonight. So, Doug, never again, don't have faith, because they were absolutely fantastic tonight. Chris says Fabinho, Gomez, Robertson, Mane, my standouts. Yeah, of course, there is a little bit of news about Sadio Mane as well. Not bad news, but there is news then really for him. Uno's in saying was buzzing with that clean sheet. Yeah, mate, absolutely fantastic for that clean sheet. Chris says world class play from Mane for the goal. Yeah, it was world class play, but then when he actually went to shoot, he hit the ground. And to be fair to Tagliafico, I think he finished it off perfectly. Him getting, of course, the only goal of the game, of course, being an own goal in many respects. Uno says Fabinho was amazing. Yes, he was absolutely fantastic today. For me, I'm probably going to give him man of the match because he was absolutely fantastic. And now it begs the question for me, and anyway, in particular, who plays alongside, Joe Gomez, not Joe Gomez, alongside Fabinho, in any respect. Is it going to be Joel Matip? Is it going to be Joe Gomez? At the minute for the weekend, I would say keep them two and have that as the partnership for the season. Gomez, I know that we've all said that, I think we all have said that, overall Gomez hasn't been at his best this season in particular, but for some weird reason, that is happening with him. But, when he does play well and does play fantastic, then, he is absolutely fantastic. And I wish that now that he can kick on and have another fantastic performance now on the weekend as well. KL says, why is Klopp using our young lads in the Champions League, not in the FA Cup or Carabao Cup? Because, Cahill, we were allowed 5 substitutes. And normally, in the Premier League, in the FA Cup, and plus he has used them in the Carabao Cup. I don't know where you're coming from with that comment. If I'm being perfectly honest, he's used them in the Carabao Cup. FA Cup we haven't played in yet, and Premier League, we're not going to play them in the Premier League. And the Champions League, he gave them the opportunity today, because we were allowed 5 substitutes, which practically we had to name 12 people on the bench. So yeah, for me, I don't know where you're coming from, but there, mate. Doug says, I've not been very well today. So sorry, I've not been talkative today. That's fine, mate. Like Chris says, get better soon, Doug. Yeah, get better, mate. Hopefully, hopefully there's no COVID thing with that, fingers crossed. So, please stay safe in that. Yeah, I had a thumping headache today and I'm fine. Thanks, Chris. Yeah, Doug, please stay safe. Chris says, get Owen a statue for suggesting Fabinho at centre back. Yeah, of course, Owen from the Cop On podcast, yes. It was, he did suggest it. And Chris says, we make 6 substitutes tonight. We didn't. We made 5. Henderson half time, the front 3, and then Reece Williams. Yeah, we made 5. It wasn't 6, Chris. We didn't make 6 substitutes. If there's an extra one that I'm forgetting about, then please let me know. But I believe it's 5. Is Thiago on a 3 or 4-year deal, mate? Thiago's on a 4-year deal anyway. But let's get talking about the game then. Of course, we did the starting 11 lineup for you guys, and of course this was it. Adrian, Trent, Fabinho, Gomez, Robbo, Deeney, Curtis Jones as well. Excuse me. Getting his first opportunity in the Champions League. BT said it was his first start in the Champions League, and I think BT are pretty good and reliable with it. Statistics and things like this, and of course James Milner as well, and then of course the front 3. I know that a lot of you guys were saying you were very happy with that 11 and with how Liverpool was set up. There was news about Jordan Henderson. If I can get it on your screens right now, give me 2 seconds. So James, this is coming from James Pierce anyway, and that was that Jurgen Klopp said, speaking of course after the game, and said that the medical department told us that Hendo could not start 45 minutes where possible. And then as you can see down below there, then Klopp also on Sadio Mane. Sadio has had a dead leg over the last few days, and when he doesn't play, he gets ice put on it. So that was the news then concerning both Jordan Henderson and Sadio Mane. Both of them not injured. That is absolutely fantastic. The both of them are injured. I think, to be fair, all of us now, we're literally like, gasping for it and like, oh no, there's going to be another injury to Liverpool and things like this. Of course, James Milner did, I think, pull up with cramp a couple of times. So realistically, hopefully, none of the guys are injured now for the game on Saturday against Sheffield United. Anyway, Genie's in anyway. Evening, everyone. I've been really down since the derby, but today's game made me feel better. Up the Reds. Yeah, definitely. I think that was the same with like every single Red. I know that all of us were a bit down from that performance against Everton in the Merseyside derby. I know that all of us were feeling down, of course, about Virgil's injury and others as well. So things have been a bit hard over the last couple of days, but thankfully things have been going well. With the result tonight. But Gail asks, any news on Alisson? Alisson's back on the 31st of October against West Ham, apparently. Anyway, that's the latest he's meant to come back. I think he can even come back earlier than that, but 31st of October, Ali's back. Chris says, oh, sorry, it was five subs, my bad. That's fine, mate, absolutely fine. I was like, I was like, 6? Like, was it 6? Like, and I had to think myself. So yeah, no worries at all, mate. And Doug goes back at the end of the month, and Thiago's on a 4-year deal. Yeah, like I just said, both of them. So yeah, literally, I overall game thoughts and things. I guess I thought that first half we could have scored about 6 or 7. at times by getting past the defense. But to be fair, Onana, their goalkeeper, he was fantastic tonight. I will say that, and there's a reason why the teams like Chelsea and other teams have suggested to, realistically have him on their transfer list, because he's a very good goalkeeper. Let's just say this. I know that the likes of Tagliafico and others as well. Tagliafico scored the own goal, and that he's been linked with a Premier League move in particular. And I think that realistically, Ajax, even though we all said they wasn't the giants what they once were, and especially from that Champions League semi-final team and things like this, but be fair to them, they were absolutely fantastic tonight. I thought that of course, I can't quite remember who the Ajax player was that got injured early, but he got injured early. Then Quincy Promes come on, and then it was that threat then of that front three of Neres, Promes, and Tadic as well. Trying to break down Fabinho and Gomez as well, especially in the middle as well. So fantastic that both of them managed to iron out that clean sheet in particular. And to be fair, like I said, Fabinho for me, man of the match, absolutely fantastic. Andy Robertson didn't stop moving, out the game, in and out of the midfield and defense, constantly on it. And like someone said in the chat, Sadio Mane getting that, getting the goal realistically, because it was fantastic movement from him, but he did kick the floor for some. It's weird for Mane for not finishing his chances in that position, but yeah, he did kick the floor, and luckily for us, Tagliafico did finish it for Liverpool anyway. But Chris says up the Reds, tidy start. Yeah, absolutely. And to be fair, when we think about it as well, Jurgen Klopp has never won his first opening away fixture in the Champions League under Liverpool anyway. Don't know whether or not he did it with Dortmund and that, but for Liverpool he hasn't done it. We played Napoli twice, away from home, and twice we've lost. So realistically, it was nice to just get an away win in the Champions League, let alone keeping the clean sheet as well, because I thought that was such an important thing for Liverpool tonight, was to get in that clean sheet because of what happened this week with Virgil van Dijk getting injured and that. So just keeping that clean sheet meant a lot to the boys realistically, and hopefully now that momentum can be kept on then towards the weekend, for sure. But Diego says, evening all, congratulations all at the COP Council. A win is a win. Fabinho did a masterclass tonight. Yeah, absolutely, Diego. Absolutely loved his performance. Chris says Chelsea should have signed Onana instead of Mendy, maybe, but then how much did they cough out for Mendy in the end? Was it like 30 million, 40 million? So they might have had to cough out probably 50, 60 million for Onana, who knows. Kudos was the one who got injured. There you go then, for sure. Jeannie says, we are going to have more injuries because of our players are very respectful of the refs. Yeah, there was twice, wasn't it, in the match, to be fair, that I think that the referee, I know he booked Trent for time wasting and that, but there was a couple of incidents that I thought the referee had a fantastic game, don't get me wrong, but I thought there was once or twice where I think Robbo got an elbow in the face once, and he just told Robbo to get back up and things like that, and he wasn't looked at or anything. So maybe that, but to be fair, I prefer European referees than I do frigging Premier League referees at the minute, because VAR in the Champions League works a lot better than the Premier League VAR. Who knows? I don't know. But the other thing as well that I thought that was quite funny was, I don't know if any of you guys were watching the game and that, but I think there was a situation where I think Trent hits it off Tadic and it goes up for a corner, and for some reason VAR is looking for a penalty. I was mega confused when the TV said, VAR is looking for a penalty. I was like, why? Why are you looking for a penalty? Nothing happened. And yeah, that was just a crazy thing, to be fair. But yeah, guys, let me know your thoughts anyway about tonight's match anyway. Jeannie says, I've already read that comment. Chris says, surprise Promise didn't start, to be honest. Yeah, I was surprised as well, to be fair, but fair play. fair play Liverpool. Didn't have to put up with him, for the entirety of the game anyway. So that was a good bonus for us. Deeney goes Robbo or Fabinho for man of the match. I've gone for Fabinho, me personally. Anyway, Kale's gone. Sorry, did Chelsea win? Nope, Chelsea drew yesterday against Sevilla, I believe. Genie goes Diego. Evening lad. Chris says 20 million. 20 million odd, I think, for Mendy. Oh, there we go, as well. Finn's in. How are you, Finn? Hopefully having a fantastic day, mate. Says amazing performance by Fabinho. Also happy for Reece Williams, who comes from playing non-league football to playing for England's under 21s to playing in the Champions League, all in a year. Amazing stuff. Yeah, absolutely. Actually, I was very, very happy for Reece Williams. Happy for, first of all, for Curtis Jones, getting his, first start in the Champions League, but then, Reece Williams getting a chance, late on, of course, coming on for, I believe, James Milner, of course, like we just said, James Milner, pulled up with a, I think a muscle strain or something like that, but he's fine. Anyway, a bit of cramp. Anyway, but happy for him. Maybe he might feature, quite a lot this season. Maybe with Matip maybe getting injured, and maybe Joe Gomez might get injured, and but there's potential there for him to maybe play at centre off this season for Liverpool. Of course, already doing it in both of the League Cup games this season. So yeah, I would say that there is a good chance that he could start for Liverpool this season. But Finn says greetings to Doug. Chris says, I was baffled why VAR was looking at Arnold's Tadic incident. Yeah, I was questioning it quite a lot. I was like, why? Why is this a thing? So, but it is what it is. VAR probably just checking for handball and things like this. But thankfully, things didn't mount up. Doug says hi to Finn. Chris says brilliant experience for Williams and Jones. Yeah, absolutely. Kale says, do you think Klopp will sign Wilfred Bodie? Go away, Kale. I'm not even going to answer that. No, he's retired. There we go. Doug's already mentioned him. Go away, Kale. Chris says, just give Milner Ribena and full recovery. Yeah, Ribena's just like if you ever play a game and it's like you got like a regeneration potion, like Ribena is the regeneration potion for James Milner. Just give it to him and he'll be fine for the weekend. Jeannie says, is Matip fit for the weekend? Apparently so. Apparently he wasn't ready in time for for this game, but apparently he is fit and ready and available for the weekend. So Klopp will have to choose: is it going to be Fabinho Gomez or will it be Matip Gomez? I think realistically, I would say Gomez is nailed on for that game. Whether or not he's going to move Fabinho back into midfield and then play Matip, or whether or not he's just going to stick Fabinho alongside Joe Gomez and see how that partnership works out anyway for the long term as well. Because of course, we play this game today. We've got then Sheffield on Saturday, and then we've got Midtjylland on Tuesday. So games are coming thick and fast. Excuse me. It's going to be very interesting to find out, how Liverpool and how Klopp is going to adjust, that back four, over the next week or two. But Finn says, not convinced with Matip, who played his first 90 minutes in over a year and after the match got injured. What's your take on buying another centre-back or playing our young centre-backs? Like I said, I think we can definitely see the likes of Reece Williams maybe getting a start this season. In terms of getting a defender, I think that is on Liverpool's priority list in January. Whether or not it will be, a Ragnar Klavan type signing in terms of, signing a, well-experienced defender, or, just going full on a Ben White or a Dayot Upamecano. I think, because both of them have been mentioned on Liverpool's list. To be fair, I think there's another name as well that's been mentioned that I can't quite think of at the moment. That's been mentioned. So realistically, Liverpool and defenders is a must. But the problem is with that, people know that Liverpool are after defenders now, and they're going to just charge us premium prices, which, as we know, Liverpool won't do that. We won't be like a Manchester United and just go out and spend, maximum price on a defender. We won't, plain and simple. So, that's my answer anyway for that question. Chris says, could we see Keita start against Sheffield United? Yes, I do think Keita will start. Of course, didn't travel tonight as a precaution. That's probably ahead of the Sheffield United game. So yeah, it would be very interesting to see whether or not Keita does start anyway. Diego says, evening Genie20. Are you worried that your players will probably fly back to the UK tomorrow morning? Then the next day it kicks off at 8 o'clock against Sheffield United. Will your players have rest? I believe they are flying back now. I think anyway. I could be wrong with that, but I think they are flying back straight away from Ajax. So maybe not, but let's think about it. They'd have Thursday, Friday, and then Saturday, 2 days rest. Well, a day's rest, and then probably training on Friday. So yeah, I think they'll be fine. But I think like we said, I think maybe Matip might play that hasn't played tonight. Naby Keita might play. Maybe we might see Diogo Jota or Takumi Minamino starting on the weekend instead of one of the front three, even though all the front three went off at the same time. So it will be interesting anyway. Kale says Milner should drink a Monster. Nope. I think he's even said he will never drink something like a just Ribena. To be fair, Chris says Kabak being mentioned on centre back list. If that's who you're thinking of, yes, it was. It was Ozan Kabak. Thank you, Chris. Yeah, it was Kabak, and I know Kabak was very close to signing with us, I think, but who knows. Finn asks your take on Diogo Jota. He seems to be quite a baller. Hasn't he been knocking on the door for a start or starting on the weekend against Sheffield United? Yeah, I thought when he come on, of course all the front three went off tonight, and Diogo Jota, Takumi Minamino, and Sheeran Shaqiri came on, and I thought Jota played absolutely fantastic. I thought that he should have at least got one goal. I know that maybe it was a bit of a hard thing for him, but his turns, his passing, I thought was fantastic. Him and Andy Robertson working down the left hand side I thought was very fantastic. And let's not forget neither. I know you said maybe he should start against Sheffield United on the weekend. Potentially he might, but I feel like there's also a potential thing there for him to maybe play alongside the front three. Maybe you might go to a 4-2-3-1 instead of a 4-3-3 and try and go and try something else against Sheffield. Who knows? But I think he will definitely be used this season. Don't get that wrong. And he just needs. I think he needs a little bit more time to maybe get used to Klopp's way of football. Because of course it's like we've said. Players usually of his caliber, like Fabinho, like Andy Robertson, they had time to adjust the not so much Premier League football, but Klopp's way of things, and I think that's probably going to be the same for Diogo Jota. Chris says I would give Bobby a rest and start Jota on the weekend. I think a lot of people would say that for sure. Chris, I don't think LFC will go in for Kabak after that spit incident, as Klopp has a certain culture at the club. I didn't know he did that. Yeah, and then Chris said, yeah, true, Finn. I didn't know about that. So yeah, Hazan Kabak's not coming to Liverpool anytime soon. To be fair, that sounds like something like a Sergio Ramos would do. Genie says Jota is unlikely. He is behind the best player in the world right now. Did very well in the minutes he got. I think you mean Sadio Mane there. And Kale, I'm not going to read your comment out because no, Van Dijk's career is not over. Yeah, it is not over whatsoever. Van Dijk will be back sometime next year. It'll be sometime. So for me, I think Liverpool have to sign a centre half. But if I quickly go back onto Twitter, I did ask you guys who you thought your man of the match was, and if I can get up the poll that I did do, let's have a look if I can. Where is it? There it is. So wow. So you guys have voted for Fabinho as your man of the match. Of course, we did ask, was it Fabinho, Andy Robertson, Joe Gomez, or James Milner? I personally thought these four were the best out of the bunch tonight. And, Fabinho, 75% of the votes, to be fair, out of 32 people, though, but still, 75%, quite clearly, the Cop Council's the Cop Council's man of the match tonight. So that's very, fantastic for Fabinho, because, realistically, he deserves it, because he was absolutely fantastic tonight and definitely deserves, man of the match. And like we said, that's his fourth time now at centre back for Liverpool, and that's his fourth clean sheet. So pretty good going for Fabinho, to be fair. But Vin asks, how long is Thiago out for? Is there a time limit? There's no time limit for him. I believe he should be back for the weekend against Sheffield United. So, there's a possibility of Thiago being available. I don't know whether or not he will be or not. I know Chris has said Thiago should be back for the weekend, shouldn't he? He should be, but of course, it was a very bad tackle by Richarlison on him. So, if he wasn't to be put on the list for Saturday, then I'd fully understand it, because, of course, it was a very bad tackle and things like that. But if he's not back for the Sheffield game, then he'll definitely play next week against Midtjylland in the Champions League, I would personally say anyway. Chris says it was a tidy team performance. Absolutely. Finn says, Chris, fingers crossed. Let's hope so. And then Kale asks, any news on Sancho to Liverpool? Nope. No news to that at all. There won't be any transfer news now until maybe November, December time. So, no transfer news at all. So, yeah. That's practically to that anyway. But Doug says, when Jack goes live at the same time, I could kill Jack, because Jack is a son of a bitch. Like, for God's sake, Jack, son of a bitch. No, I'm kidding. Jeannie goes, I don't think Klopp would risk Thiago or any player. Yeah, exactly. That is the case, to be fair. But yeah, guys, please ask anything you want to ask about the game, my thoughts, or anything concerning Liverpool anyway, with reason. Not, is any player coming to us, for example, or whatever. But yeah, overall, happy with the game. Fantastic to get a clean sheet. Adrian, that will boost his confidence up. Hopefully it will shut all the Adrian haters on Twitter and even YouTube and things. I guess it's probably a good thing, him keeping a clean sheet. Of course, all the headlines will go to Fabinho, Joe Gomez, Andy Robertson, and that, for their fantastic performances. But at least, Adrian, I think he made one or two good saves tonight, and there was probably one or two opportunities that he did look a bit, and we were like, but apart from that, he was fine. And look, Finn has asked, any news on Alisson? He should be back on the 31st of October, the game against West Ham. He is currently back in training and things like this as well. So fantastic news with Alisson. Could even be back before the 31st, but the 31st is around that date anyway. But Chris has asked, is Troy Deeney coming to Liverpool? Not anytime soon, especially with him now partnering with that certain newspaper that we don't want to call on this channel, the absolute twat. I used to like Troy Deeney, now I don't. If you know. But thoughts on Shaqiri? I thought he was good. Thought he was really refreshing when he come on, because of course this is probably the third or fourth time since probably December last year that Shaqiri's had playing. Of course, Shaqiri is normally injured, or is just not thought upon with Liverpool. So yeah, it was nice to see him. I think a lot of people, from what I seen anyway, was surprised that all of the front three went off at the same time. Excuse me. So I was happy for him, happy that he got some game time and he looked sharp. Maybe if Liverpool did go to a 4-2-3-1, maybe Shaqiri might be added to that. Of course, Shaqiri was the limelight when Liverpool played that, not last season, the season before. So, you know, who knows? But I thought Shaqiri was good. I thought all the players were good tonight. You know, Kale's asked thoughts on Curtis Jones. I thought Curtis Jones was fine. Thought he was a bit missing in the game sometimes, but you know, to be fair to him, you know, for his first Champions League start, you know, fair play to him. I thought he did a good job in the midfield role as well, and did a few good dribbles through, and was unlucky one chance. I think he put through Mo Salah, but I think Onana saved that. To be fair. Chris says, I was being joking with that question, having a dig at certain someone asking a daft question. I guess that, but you know, Troy Deeney, he's not a lovable person at the minute. To be fair, I hope Jones' substitution won't hamper his confidence. I don't think it will. I think the overall confidence of him being in the team will just make him happy and make him. And to be fair as well, you know, he had a good performance. I think if Jordan Henderson, you know, if the medical staff had said that, you know, he could play a full 90 minutes, I think Curtis Jones may have then be substituted on and for Henderson. But I think, you know, realistically, it was gonna be the either way around. And you know, to be fair, I'm not really. I don't think he will be hampered by that. Unbearables is in as well. How are you, Unbearables? Hopefully, having a fantastic day, mate. Jeannie says F. Well, yeah, F the S and Troy in that order. Yeah, absolutely. Chris says Atlanta won 4-0 at Midtjylland tonight. Yes, they did. They are top of the group. Hopefully, you know, of course, we face Midtjylland next. It would be nice if Ajax could beat Atlanta, and then, you know, we'd be top of the group. And then we face, I believe, Atlanta back to back. I think we face them away and then at home, if I'm correct. Then, so yeah, we could potentially qualify without playing, you know, the likes of Ajax and Midtjylland again, because realistically, what would that, 4 wins out of 4, 12 points, that would put us through. So hopefully that would be the case anyway. But Diego says, what do you think when Klopp did his triple substitution? Don't think has ever done one before. I think that, like I said, I think it was strange in many respects because of, you know, I don't think any of us expected the front three to just go off all at once. But, you know, I think Klopp has said before, you know, he'd like the 5 substitution rule to be, you know, put into the Premier League. I think that would help, you know, in terms of rotation a lot better. So, you know, I think Klopp is a fan. And I think if that was used more in the Premier League, I think, you know, he would use it a lot more. But I think, you know, because of the 3 substitutions, then I think that realistically he's going to stick, you know, to what he's been doing in the Premier League and that. But yeah, I was a little bit surprised. Kale asks, going to go now. See you, Connor. See you later, Kale. No offense, but I hate my name spelled like ER. I know people do spell it like that anyway. But Chris says, I'm off to bed, pal. So tired. Great stream as always. Brilliant win. On to Sheffield United on Saturday. Up the Reds. You never walk alone. You never walk alone as well, Chris. Thank you for tuning in to tonight's stream. Doug says, I've heard we are playing Atlanta at the San Siro. Will be interesting because I think, is it Atlanta Stadium doesn't qualify for like for stage 2 of like a stadium thing, or like something's wrong with their stadium. So it will be interesting. Finn asks, does UEFA consider goal difference or H2H encounter, thinking of how we will rank in the group? They do. I think they do. Yeah, goal difference is a thing in the Champions League. Anyway, and Jeannie says, Klopp loves 5 substitutions. Yeah, absolutely. And Doug said, yeah, as well. So, okay, I was right with that. Seamus Zin says, a great win. Fabinho was fabbed. Fab was fabbed tonight. Yeah, he was absolutely fantastic. But yeah, guys, I think I'm going to leave it there for tonight anyway. Thank you to all of you that has tuned in to our match reaction to Liverpool's 1-0 win against Ajax. You know, like I said, brilliant game, brilliant clean sheet for the lads as well, especially what's happened over the last week anyway. And, you know, just a confidence boost, really. And hopefully we can take this now against Sheffield now on Saturday and get all 3 points there as well. And, you know, try and climb the ranks of the Premier League table anyway. But, you know, like I said, thank you to all of you that has been in the stream tonight. If you could do me the favor and please leave a like, it massively appreciated. Let me know as well that you do like the content on the channel as well. And, you know, if you guys are watching this on repeat, then please feel free to leave a comment down below and and ask me anything you want. Anyway, if people do watching on repeat, because I think some people do. Anyway, and also as well, if you're new to the COP Council and watching us for the first time, then please hit that subscribe button and don't forget to enable notifications, because YouTube hate notifications. But until next time, guys, that's going to be it from me. I've been Connor from the COP Council, and I will see you all later on. Trarad. Doesn't want to end.